In this video, I'm going to talk about 10 key differences that I noticed between lock and lean and be the boss of your motorcycle. And hopefully at the end of this video, it'll give you a little bit of insight on which class is right for you. So the first difference between the two, lock and lean is very outspoken that their first, second, and third class are the riding portions of motor officer school. Whereas be the boss of your motorcycle, Robert Simmons is telling you he is not trying to turn you into a motor officer. He just wants you to be more confident with your riding and to help you become the boss of your motorcycle. The other difference between the two, the cone patterns. Again, lock and lean is using the patterns that are based off of, again, motor officer school. Roberts are just a little bit wider, but they get progressively difficult as the exercises continue. He has 9, sometimes 10 exercises, and as you go through his exercises, they get progressively difficult. The next thing that's different between the two is in lock and lean, there is a classroom segment. So out of the 3-day course, you're going to spend roughly 2 to 3 hours in the classroom talking about the process that they want you to learn and talking about the class and rules for the class and things like that. With Be the Boss of Your Motorcycle, you spend the entire time in the parking lot. However, there is some instruction that's given before each exercise. The number 3 key difference between the two of them is video recording. If you've been following Robert Simmons, Be the Boss of Your Motorcycle, you will know that he records the entire practice session, and it's available on YouTube for anybody to see. And he records the entire thing from beginning to end and everything that happens in the middle. With lock and lean, there is some video recording, but it's used on the spot. So you will do an exercise, maybe a keyhole or a U-turn box, and then you will review video at the conclusion of that exercise to see where you're going wrong, and then you can go back out and try it again and try to make it a little bit better. So the video recording for lock and lean is designed more for one-on-one instruction at the moment. The next key difference is the rear brake. Now, there's a lot of similarity, but one key difference between the two classes is in lock and lean, the very first exercise that you're going to do, they're going to tell you to not use any rear brake at all. So that was really foreign to me. I'd never tried that before, but it really wasn't that bad. And the purpose of it is to get you to set your speed before you go into the pattern. Once you're into the pattern, your speed should already be set, and you shouldn't need to use a lot of rear brake to control your speed because your speed is already set. And any adjustments to speed can be done just with the throttle, with the clutch. Whereas Robert Simmons is going to tell you you're going to use all 3 to manage your speed, but he's also telling you to maintain your speed throughout the pattern. So they're kind of telling you the same thing, just in a slightly different way. The next thing is the stress level. Now, if you attend one of Robert Simmons' practice sessions, or if you've seen one of his videos, it's a no judgment zone. We don't trash talk intentionally. We have fun, but the objective when we're out there is just to learn and get better. Lock and lean wants you to have a little bit of pressure, and the rationale that they tell us is that if you need one of these skills out on the road, it's going to be in a pressure-packed situation. So they want you to have and experience just a little bit of pressure in the parking lot during the exercises so that when you're in an actual situation and you need it, you can get it done. All right, so the next thing is cost. On the surface, lock and lean seems a little bit more expensive. It's $550 for their 101 class. That's for 3 days, approximately 8 hours a day. And for Be the Boss of Your Motorcycle, I'm a VI preloader, and what that means is that you subscribe to his YouTube channel. It's $5 a month, equates to about $60 a year. And what that allows you to do is attend as many practice sessions as you want. And also, when you attend the practice session, you can do as much of the practice session as you feel comfortable and capable of doing, and then you can come back again. Maybe you're a little bit more skilled and go farther through the practice session and have more success and learn a little bit more. Now, when it comes down to cost, I try to come up with an hourly cost so you could compare apples to apples. And my estimate, I believe that when you do the math, Be the Boss of Your Motorcycle is about $25 an hour if you pay the $100 to attend the practice session in Pooler. The $550 for lock and lean equates to about $30 an hour. So it is a little bit more expensive, but you're going to be there for 3 days instead of just one. But the downside is that you get to go once to lock and lean. If you subscribe to Robert's YouTube channel, you can go as much as you want. So it really depends on the level of commitment that you want to make. The next difference is cones. So the cones that I have out in the parking lot right now that I'm going to practice with, this is the predominant cone size that Robert uses at Be the Boss of Your Motorcycle. However, he does have taller cones in key areas to force you to keep the bike upright. At Lock and Lean, all of their cones are tall, so that if you get too close to them, you're going to knock them over with your saddlebag or engine guards. So that's probably a key difference. And so Robert uses a mixture of cone sizes, whereas Lock and Lean has one size, and they are tall. Class size. So that's the next thing. Class size. Robert Simmons tries to keep his class. He tries to cap them at 12. Sometimes they've gone over a little bit. Sometimes they're a little bit smaller. Lock and Lean, it's six riders to one instructor. Then the length of the class, I talked about that a little bit already. Lock and Lean is 3 days, 8 hours a day. Be the Boss of Your Motorcycle is roughly 4 to 5 hours per practice session. So then the final question, or the final thing, is a series of questions. Who is this class for? Is there one that's better than the other? If I can only take one, which one should I take? And that's a complicated, it's a complicated question to answer. But the bottom line is, with Robert Simmons' practice sessions, I've seen people there that are fresh out of the basic riding course, and I've also seen seasoned motor officers there. So you have a very wide range of skills there. At Lock and Lean, all of the riders there were higher level. And in fact, if someone has only taken a basic rider course and still has hesitancy about leading your motorcycle, you're probably not ready for Lock and Lean. So it might be wise to take some practice sessions with Robert Simmons, or practice on your own and get comfortable leading your motorcycle so that you can get the most out of Lock and Lean when you take that class. You're definitely going to learn a lot, and they're going to push your limits, but they start at a little bit higher level. So as an example, Robert Simmons will interview people at the start of a practice session, and he'll ask them to rate themselves on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the best. So you have people from a variety of skill levels, 1 all the way to 10. Using that same scale for Lock and Lean, my recommendation is that you should probably be at least a 5 before you take Lock and Lean. And it's not that you can't take it anyway if you're a lower level rider, but you just might not get as much out of it if you have fear of leaning your motorcycle. Now at the bottom of this video, I actually put together a chart because I compared the basic riding course to Be the Boss of Your Motorcycle to Lock and Lean. And I'm not going to go over every single difference, but I go in a little bit more in depth on the chart that'll be in the description of this video. So check that out if you want to learn a little bit more. Leave me a comment in the comment section below. Ask any questions and I'll respond to all of them. This is Q. I'm riding, I'm wrenching, and I am out.